Full contact women's football, the IWFA championship between the Legacy and the Ravens. I'm Joe Bowling with you, Rudy Zamaripa Jr. on the camera. And we are set for 4 quarters of exciting action here tonight from Round Rock. The Legacy have won the coin toss. They'll be kicking off to start this ball game. The Ravens will be returning the kick. And welcome again to our broadcast here of this ball game. These two teams are some hard-hitting, heavy-hitting ball clubs with a lot of talent on the field as we start this night. Legacy to kick it off, and we're set to go. And away we go. 15-minute clock on the first quarter. The first kick goes out of bounds. And so that's the way it'll start. They'll have these clocks, a running clock for the quarters. And so we are officially underway. Ravens offense will get the ball to start this ball game. It's a short field to work with. It's a 50-yard field. And so the ball will be placed just inside the 20-yard line of the Legacy to start this drive for the Ravens. So good chance here for the Ravens to start this ball game with good field position to start it off. Tishay Winfrey is back in the quarterback spot. 2 backs in the backfield join her. And Winfrey on the first play from scrimmage hands it off. Running play to the left-hand side, looking for some blocks. Big block delivered down the sideline. Big run on first down near the goal line. Brought down there, Michelle Marshall. And what a way to start this one for the Ravens. Take a look on the replay. You'll see just a wide open space to run with down that left-hand side. First and goal situation coming up for the Ravens. We're just underway here in this ball game. And they did call that a touchdown, so 6 points on the board. And so the extra point coming up for the Ravens. Fumble on the extra point. It's no good. We'll have the kickoff coming up. Ravens strike first. They lead 6-0. This is Rio Sports Live, coverage of the IWFA Championship from Round Rock.
Sports Live is the concession stand.
The Explore San Benito, a campaign of the San Benito Economic Development Corporation, invites you to visit and dine at Sweet Deli and more. Delicious plates are prepared daily by business owner Aurora Caballero and includes her delicatessen chicken salad, variety of mixed green salads, and sandwichon. Come try her different salad plate combinations. She also serves a delicious stuffed chicken breast and salmon plates with its delicious sides. Cakes and desserts are also available for all occasions. Visit them at 160 West Expressway 7783 in San Benito, Texas. Call them to place your order at 956-626-2183.
We are back here on Rio Sports Live. And after the touchdown scored by the Ravens, they lead 6-0. Kicking off to the Legacy. Legacy will have their hands on the ball for the first time on the night. Kickoff sails out of bounds to the right-hand side. So much like the opening kickoff, an opportunity for the offense to step on the field in their opponent's territory as the Ravens will bring the offense out on the field for the first time here in this game. Ball just outside the 20. You can see the 20-yard marker across the way from us. We're stationed behind a bench, which kind of puts us behind the 8 ball. We were looking at ways where we can set up our camera, but realistically, there's no way to elevate to the point we need to be. Legacy on first down, send a man in motion. They'll run it up the middle with some room in the secondary. Nice gain. Bowling straight forward on first down for the Legacy. They're going to try to go with a hurry-up offense, and they'll get right back up to the line of scrimmage on this first down play. We'll see if Rudy can zoom in a little bit and have that camera angled a little bit better to keep away from that bench. Running play left-hand side in the end zone. Brought down shy of the goal line. What a run that time for the Legacy. First and goal coming up for the Legacy. Running play, right side, and no indication yet. They're going to say short of the goal line. And second and goal coming up for the Legacy. Legacy in the red uniforms. They arrived a bit late compared to the other team. Ravens were here real early. Legacy on an option. Quarterback keeps it. Running left has a pitch, and that is a touchdown for the Legacy. And they tie this ball game up. On the replay, you'll see the pitch. And nobody there to contain that. And 6 points on the board. Chance now for the Legacy to take the lead with an extra point. They'll run it up the middle and stop short, and so the extra point will be no good. All tied up at 6 apiece coming from Round Rock. We're in the first quarter. We'll be back with more right after this.
And curbside pickup is available. Again, we invite you to dine at Sweet Deli and More in San Benito, Texas.
Back here on Rio Sports Live and back to the IWFA Championship. Our game tied at 6 apiece here in the first quarter. Each offense had a short field to work with, took advantage of it, and got it in the end zone. Legacy will now kick off to the Ravens. Rolls back inside the 20, rolling out to the right-hand side on the return. Delaney Lopez is brought down over there. And so the Ravens offense will enter the field for a second time here. Fans watching our game, give us a shout out where you may be watching the game from. More importantly, share the link. Those on YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's a lot of fans that do watch our games on a big screen TV. And YouTube is the place to go tonight till we get the Roku back up and running, which we've got some maintenance going on Roku and Apple TV over the weekend in preparation for some bigger and better things. First down play for the Ravens. The offense has scored once. In motion for the right side. A high snap past the quarterback to Shea Winfrey. Gets back to it, gets on it, and that ball rolls dead back near the 10-yard line. A huge loss on first down for the Ravens. Winfrey, the quarterback, elected just to make sure it was a safe play after that was a bad snap and got back on it. But now second and long. To get a first down, they'll have to get out beyond the midfield area. In essence, near their opponent's 23-yard line on this 50-yard field. Winfrey, the quarterback, stands back in a shotgun formation. Twin backs in the backfield with her. Long count, takes a snap, hands it off. Running play. This is Skylar Turner. Turner takes on a couple of tacklers, stays on her feet, drags a couple of more. Gets yardage back for the Ravens on second down, but still third and long coming up. As we'll call it, third and about 23 yards to go for the Ravens. Appreciate you again joining it wherever you may be. Share the link on our Facebook side if you're watching on Facebook. Also, we invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, but like and follow our Facebook page. A high snap, and they'll blow the play dead. That'll stop play, and we'll sort out the penalty. Again, we've had better spots from which to broadcast the game. Rudy's doing his best to stay above the teams we were in good shape until at the last moment they moved a bench right in front of us. It looked like they were going to have both benches on the other side of the field. And so we're a bit behind the 8 ball with limited time to set this baby up. We got here at about 4 o'clock for a 7 o'clock game, and then waited and waited. They had a soccer game going on and waited and waited and waited, and finally teams started showing up. And then at the last second, the grounds crew brought the bench over here and set it up right at the midfield area. Ravens with the football, facing 3rd and long. Winfrey, the quarterback, single back in the backfield on this play. Takes it, drops back to throw, pressured, gets rid of it, down the middle, tipped away and incomplete, nearly caught and nearly picked off. Let's take a look on the replay on this one. First of all, pressure up the middle, all over the quarterback. She does a nice job of just getting rid of the ball, and then almost a juggling catch, and then it nearly turned into the tip drill interception. And it brings up 4th down for the Ravens. And they'll bring the punt team in to try to change the field position in this game. High snap, they'll get to it, get the punt away, end over end wobbly kick to the right-hand side, takes a bounce for the Ravens, and the Legacy will take over with good field position to start their second drive of the night here in this first quarter. All tied up at 6 apiece. If you're just joining us, this is IWFA Women's Full Contact Football, the championship game from Round Rock, Texas. A good crowd on hand behind me. We'll have Rudy spin that camera around and take a look at just how many people are here watching this game, silhouetted behind the sunrise there, or the sunset. But nonetheless, a good crowd here watching this sport. Two teams are well aware of each other. They've played in some epic ball games as the IWFA continues to move forward and cultivating bigger and better talent. Every year they put a product on the field. First down play coming up for the Legacy. All tied up at 6 apiece. A shotgun formation. Quarterback rolls out to the right-hand side. Gonna run, has some room. Down the sideline, makes a move, steps out of bounds. That's a first down on a carry by Chris Daniels. Daniels used her blocker and elected to step out of bounds after gaining the first down. Legacy on the move again. Daniels ready again, has them set up in this hurry-up offense. Out of a shotgun formation. Takes it. Looks to run again. Right side, has some room again and steps out just outside the 10. About the 11-yard line, but they'll blow the play dead. On the far side of the field, looks like they threw a penalty flag. So instead of a nice gain for the Legacy, looks like this one's coming back. A running clock, and we're trying to stay as close to official on the clock as we can. We're within about, right now, 3 or 4 seconds. Pause it just for a moment. We'll get you set a lot closer. Now we're on target with the clock. Legacy marched back because of the penalty. Still first down. Call it 20 yards to go. This time they'll roll it out left-hand side. Looking to turn the corner down the sideline. That's strung out and driven out of bounds. Short gain on the play. Amber Perry, I believe, was the ball carrier on that one. Check that. Call it Katie Fellemeyer for the Legacy. Legacy now on a second down. They'll run the option. Fumble, but it's picked up on a bounce. They'll get back across the line of scrimmage, maybe gain a yard. Stop made that time. Valerie Tyler there on the hit. Ball carrier shaken up just a bit. Is getting up slowly is Sierra Hernandez. And now third down and right at 15 yards to go for the Legacy. Appreciate you again joining wherever you may be watching these games from. Always neat to see how far out the reach is where fans are watching the game, so give us a shout out from where you may be viewing this game here tonight. Legacy on a third down. Before they'll do that, we'll have a timeout. We're in the first quarter. We'll be back with more from Round Rock after this.
TVNS specializes in provider services, respite care, and emergency response services. TVNS are pioneers in the home care industry, in service for over 37 years. 11 locations from Brownsville to Corpus Christi, from Harlingen to Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
Back here on Rio Sports Live as we resume play after the timeout was called by the Legacy. They face 3rd and 15 in a tie ball game here in this first quarter of play. From Round Rock, Ravens defense digging in on a 3rd and long. Trying to get a stop. Trying to keep this thing at a tie. Good snap, looking to throw. Pump fake, quarterback stays in the pocket, now rushed out of there, gives chase, gets away from 2 defenders, gets back across and gains 2 yards on the play. Chris Daniels again showing some nifty footwork there. In the midst of some heavy traffic coming up the middle. Brings up 4th down. Still about 14 yards to go. To get a first down, they'll have to get it to about the 12-yard line. Ball right now, right at the midfield area. It's a 4th down play coming up. Have an option here trying to pin the Ravens deep if you bring in the punt team. And on 4th and 13, if you don't get a first down here, then you're handing the ball over at the midfield area in a 50-yard field for your opponent to work with. Legacy sending 2 receivers out to the left-hand side. Katie Fallemeyer is the wide left receiver. Quick snap, quarterback looks to throw, lofts it in the end zone, up for grabs, caught! Oh, they'll call it out of bounds. We're going to take a look at the replay on that. And we'll let you see for yourself as this ball is delivered and looks like she was in all the way. But the officials will call that out of bounds, and it'll be a turnover to the Ravens on downs. Nice camera work that time by Rudy. He was right on that. He was sweating it when I went to the replay on it. So a little close call there here in the first quarter. Ravens offense now on the field. They'll pitch it out. Running play. This is Skylar Turner. Turner again rumbles through the secondary. Down the sideline. 6 points, but wave it off. There's a flag behind the play. And they'll call it against the Ravens. And so they'll bring this one back. That would have been a touchdown for the Ravens, but they'll call a hold behind the play and bring it back. Send a shout out in the direction of Chicago, where Reggie Lewis checking in. Thanks for tuning in to the game. Share the link, if you will, on our Facebook. Let other fans know this is going on. I'm monitoring the Facebook right now, and again, it's always neat to see how far out the reach is that we're reaching fans. Shotgun formation for the Ravens. on this first down play. Now it's 1st and 20. They'll look to throw. Swing pass, left-hand side. That's going to be caught. Eleni Lopez makes a move, makes another move, and steps out of bounds after gaining about 16. Well, that's a good chunk of yardage on first down after the penalty for the Ravens. And it brings up second down as we are inside a minute of the first quarter playing through here. Running clocks in the quarters on the onset of this game. Second down play. Quick swing right-hand side. This is going to be caught. Yards after the catch again down the right side. They'll keep the clock running as that one is drilled out of bounds. Bringing up third down for the Ravens. Call it 3rd and 4. And that sounds the end of the first quarter of play. All tied up at 6 apiece. Nothing decided here. A lot of football remains in the IWFA championship game. Ravens and Legacy. Back with more right after this.
Internet is more than just uploads and downloads. It's about connecting people. VTX1 Companies is here for you, bringing communities closer together. VTX1 has connected customers for almost 70 years. Our internet service spans across South Texas to some of the most remote areas. Faster wireless service is now available in Progreso, Lozano, Rangerville, and Rancho Viejo. Call 1-800-446-2031 or visit vtx1.net to find out more.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Castillo. I invite you to visit San Benito and see for yourself the many things this community has to offer. Our offices of economic development offer a variety of business resources to developers, investors, and business owners from small to large scale. Contact us and let us work together on your next business opportunity.
Back here on Real Sports Live as we head into the second quarter in a ball game tied up at 6 apiece. The Ravens over there on the sideline talking things over before we resume play. As we put 15 minutes back on the clock. Start this ball game, each offense were on the field, had a short field to work with and took advantage of it. Each defense was able to prevent an extra point. And so 2 scores out of the gate, and after that, some big plays, but nothing in the end zone between the two teams. Ravens now going left to right. They'll have the black uniforms with the gold trim and the red and white, or check that the red, white, and black is the Legacy. Under center now on a 3rd down and 4 play for the Ravens. Long count, pitch out, right-hand side. Rumbling forward, here's Turner. Takes on a defender, takes on another. Got a first down inside the 10. 1st and goal coming up for the Ravens. You can see Turner was just outright looking for some defenders to take on. She wasn't looking to elude any tacklers at all. She ensured the first down, so the Ravens set up in good shape with a 1st and goal inside the 10. Ravens scored first if you're just joining us. Legacy answered. We're in the second quarter. And the Ravens come up to the line. On this first down play. They'll hand it off. It's Turner again, right up the middle. Turner into the end zone. Touchdown for the Ravens. They go back on top. You can see here on the run, on the replay, Turner had nobody to stop her once she got that downhill movement going. And it makes it a 12-6 game. Extra point coming up for the Ravens. Misfired on their first extra point attempt of the night. And looking to get in here. Turner lines up in the backfield to the right-hand side. Winfrey, quarterback, is ready. Long count. Drops back to throw. Looking, and it's going to be caught. Extra point is good for the Ravens. They'll kick off with the lead when we return on Real Sports Live.
South Padre Island Golf Club. Come for a visit. Stay for a lifetime.
Fans, if you want to look your best at the next game, then let Chewy's Custom Sports go to work for you. From custom designs and graphics to mass production in-house. If it's hats, shirts, buttons, mugs, cups, banners, and more, then Chewy's is there for every team and every sport. A veteran-owned company in touch with the community. It's Chewy's Custom Sports in San Benito.
Back here on Real Sports Live, and the kickoff by the Ravens. It's a deep, booming kick to the right-hand side, fielded by the Legacy, down the right-hand side, and taken down there right at the midfield area. And that's where the Legacy will set up shop, trailing by 8 here in this second quarter of play. Last time the Ravens scored, the Legacy came right back at them and scored on a quick drive. You have a player shaken up. Rudy will find something else to go on other than that. And we aren't accustomed to putting injuries on the play. Hopefully the players that are shaken up will be able to return to this ball game. Appreciate you joining us for the broadcast. We're in Round Rock tonight. Man, we started last night in Corpus Christi. We also had crews in Woodsboro and West Oso. Set up shop in Edinburgh this morning for 7-on-7 football coverage at the high school level. Made the trip out here for the women's football to Round Rock. We'll be back at Edinburgh tomorrow morning to wrap up that tournament with the championship game at 11 o'clock. They did stop the clock, so we'll try to get the right time on the score clock for you. After that stoppage in play. Fans, we got a busy week coming up. Volleyball on Tuesday, volleyball and football on Friday. So I was looking at it. We've got 6 football games coming up on Friday. There'll be live high school football games on a Friday night with live video, with a couple of volleyball games as well. Before that, on Tuesday night, volleyball games. And that's just the tip of the iceberg for the number of games that we'll be covering. As we kicked it off with some scrimmages over this weekend. First down play for the Legacy. Handoff, hit in the backfield, and down goes the tailback. Untouched was Anna Kraft for the hit. Loss on the play of 5, make it 6 yards, brings up 2nd and 16 for the Legacy. This Ravens defense coming right at you after being scored on the first drive. They have tuned it up a bit. Sun's coming across the field. It's right in the face of the Ravens sideline over there. It's right at our back. Beautiful facility here. We've done some 7-on-7 coverage here at this park in Round Rock. And a great place to broadcast the game. Second down play, pressure again. That ball's a live ball on the field, picked up by the Ravens, and now they'll call it an incomplete pass. Now again, the question is, was it really a pass? Let's take a look if the quarterback drops that or if that's a pass. Here's the replay. And you can see she was... And it was right there. They'll call it an incomplete pass. Let's look at it again. And watch the contact made. There was no whistle, so the ball was live. She did throw it. It was a shovel-type pass, so a good call by the official. It was a little late call. That's what decoyed everybody on the field. So an incomplete pass is ruled, and it's 3rd down for the Legacy. 3rd and 15. But again, on back-to-back plays, this Ravens defense was all in the backfield before the play developed for the Legacy. Legacy will bring a play in from the sidelines. Chris Daniels, the quarterback, relays it to her troops and brings them up. Wide receiver wide left is Abigail Martinez. Empty backfield for Daniels as they spread the field on this third down play. Low snap, gets it, has time. Looks, now rush, pressured, gets away from that. Looks to run, steps out of bounds. Nothing developing downfield. There's good coverage in the secondary. Sarah Negrete was back there in coverage. Also, Tamara Narell was back there as well. Share the link on our Facebook if you're just tuning in. Please help get the word out to other fans who may not know this game is going on. Legacy on a fourth down. And before the snap, the officials will blow the whistle. Stop play on the field and mark off the ball in another spot on the field. Good snap. They'll get a kick away on a punt. A spiraling, booming kick. Takes a nice bounce, but it rolls into the end zone. And a touchback will give the ball to the Ravens. Ravens up in this ball game, 14-6, and now they'll try to build on the lead. Fans tuning into our game, if you get a chance, if you see some of the advertisers that I run here, everything I do as far as broadcasting games to entities such as the IWFA or any entity, 7-on-7 this morning, the high school games that we run, I don't charge anyone to broadcast the games. I don't charge the fans. So it's all about trying to engage with the advertisers that are on board. If at the very least, give a shout out in their direction and thank them for assisting us in being able to cover these games and to put the people in motion that are working for Rio Sports Live. Right now I've got the help wanted sign out. I'm hiring camera operators and play-by-play individuals throughout the South Texas area as we have expanded in a big way on our coverage map. First down play for the Ravens. They'll run it left-hand side, gain some ground, get about a 6-yard gain. That time, Michelle Marshall on the carry. Brings up second down for the Ravens. Ravens offense scored the first time on the field, then they were held the next couple of times by the Legacy D. And the Ravens found a way to get it back in the end zone on their last possession. And now after a stop, we're trying to build on the lead. Here as we're in the second quarter. A couple minutes gone in this second quarter. And on a second down play, a high snap. They'll hand it off on a reverse. A lot of room down the right-hand side. This may go out of bounds at the 20. Otherwise, that would have been a score. Big play. Ingrid Cleveland on the carry. And look at the room she's got on this pitch on the end around. Coming right at you. Good speed in the secondary to prevent a touchdown, but a big play nonetheless. New set of downs for the Ravens. It's first down. High snap. They'll swing a pass left-hand side, and that's going to be incomplete. Now stop play, make it a second down play. To Shea Winfrey, the quarterback, back there for the Ravens. You're watching her during warm-up. She has an arm. She can deliver anywhere on this football field, my friends. Gets a new play from the sidelines and is ready to go. Delaney Lopez lines up as a receiver to the right-hand side. Skylar Turner back in the backfield. Hasn't got a touch yet on this drive. May touch it here. Pitch out, and here she comes. Turner turns it upfield. Rumbles in the secondary. Waits, got a block. Drags a couple of tacklers and gets another big first down for Turner. Skylar Turner. Again, watch the blocking that develops, and more importantly, watch how she uses the blocking in front of her. Waits here for it to develop. Now reads it and then takes on the two tacklers. First and it's a goal situation just inside the 10-yard line for the Ravens. And they set it up. Winfrey has Marshall in the backfield to her right, Turner to her left. Looks to the sideline for the play, has it, and is ready to go. Takes a snap, hands it off. This is going to be Marshall trying to get to the left-hand side. Does, turns a corner, turns it down, and is short. It'll be a second down play as the defense strung the play out down that sideline on the left-hand side. Second down. Goal to go from outside the 5. Ravens offense is moving the ball downfield against the Legacy, trying to capitalize after the stop on defense and indeed trying to build their lead. They'll shift Marshall back in the backfield before this snap. Marshall and Turner again flank to Shea Winfrey, right to left back there. High snap, Winfrey back to throw, delivers it, and it is caught. Touchdown for the Ravens. 6 more, Lady Lopez. Let's take a look at this one. Lopez in traffic but runs a crisp route, and like I said, Winfrey was delivering some on-the-money passes in warm-up, and right there is yet another. 6 points scored for the Ravens. They'll go for the extra point. Went for 2 last time on a pass play and converted. Get a shout out in the direction of the state of Colorado watching. Thanks for tuning in here to Real Sports Live. Just under 7 minutes to go here in this first half of play. Winfrey and the extra point. High snap, drops it, and the extra point is no good. The Ravens lead 20-6. They'll kick off. After this, Legacy gets the ball back on Real Sports Live.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles? How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito. When in Port Mansfield, be sure to stop in Laguna Madre Baits, the home of Laguna Girl 1 and 2. They ensure that you have the best when it comes to your fishing needs. Locally caught bait, including live shrimp and croaker. Frozen baits, caught locally, frozen shrimp, squid, mullet, and more. Dress the part with full outdoor apparel. Drinks, ice, snacks, groceries, and fishing supplies for any need. Access by road or by boat. Look for the blue building and the blue shrimp boats, Laguna Madre Baits. 828 Westport Drive, Port Mansfield, Texas.
Back here on Real Sports Live, and the ball is teed up for another kickoff by the Ravens. Out of the Austin area, the Ravens reside. The Legacy out of San Antonio will return the kick. It veers left-hand side. Picked up there. Here's Katie Feldmeyer on the return. Big hit delivered. Down she goes on the kick return. Then a penalty comes in at the end of that, but let's see if we caught that hit. It's going to be in traffic there as our camera was shielded, but yeah, down goes the ball carrier. So now the Legacy down 2 scores. We'll bring the offense out, but first the penalty, which is going to be against the Ravens. So this will set up real good field position for the Austin Legacy. They'll take this ball all the way down to the 10-yard line of the Ravens to start this drive. Their best drive of the night was when they had a field position that started just outside the 20. This is 10 yards better than that. So a golden opportunity here for the Legacy to edge back closer into this game after trailing by the 2 scores. Ravens led 6-0. Legacy tied it up at 6 apiece. It was 14-6 Ravens. And now 20-6 as we're in this second quarter. It's just outside the 10, so they can still get a first down without getting in the end zone for the Ravens. Ball spotted at the 11 for the Legacy. Ravens defensively trying to hold this right here. Legacy again with a real good shot here to get points on the board. Running play, left-hand side, getting out of bounds inside the 5. On a carry that time by Chris Daniels. And they blow a penalty on the play, and they're going to tax the Legacy, and then a second penalty is just thrown. Now call that a sideline infraction. Now, perhaps it'll be just a warning. If not, it could be additional yardage taxed against the Legacy. It was first and goal at the 5. After the run, it would have been second and goal, or check it at second and 6 at the 6. That second flag was again a warning, so it wasn't extra yardage against the Legacy. Remains first down. Like I said earlier, they can get a first down without getting the end zone, but it's by less than a yard. Although it's not a first and goal for the Legacy. Daniels back at quarterback. Empty backfield for her. Drops back, looks to throw, reads the defense, makes a move, gets hit, gets away from one, backpedals, gets away from another, stays on her feet, gets into the secondary, gains some big yards. That's gaining yards after the catch for Chris Daniels. Let's take a look at this, if we can stick with it. Looked like she was going to go down there. That's not going to happen. Drags through a tackle there, and then it took 4 more to finally stop her. They haven't moved the yard marker just yet. Now they drop the chains on the sideline as the official will mark the ball down inside the 5 and call it a first and goal. Or will they? Will they take the ball away? They've got it a first and goal for the Legacy. Didn't see the flag, but now it's first and goal for the Legacy. Big opportunity here. They'll run it left side, and they are in for the score. Legacy in the end zone. And now they'll look for the extra point. They went for 1 earlier. They're down to 8. That's a score and a 2-point conversion as it sits right now. See if they go for 2 here. If they go for 1, they'll be within a score and a touchdown, or a touchdown and an extra point. They'll line up before the snap. The penalty flag's in. It'll be a delay of game against the Legacy. So that'll move them back on this extra point attempt. Again, at worst, they're going to be down a score and a 2-point conversion. So in the game, they're still within a 1-score opportunity of tying this up. This does give a little more room to work with on the routes on the receiving side. Daniels takes a snap, rolls out. This time it's Novak. Novak gets rid of it, incomplete, and she was drilled as she delivered the pass. Extra point, no good. Ravens get the ball back. They lead the Legacy. IWFA championship game continues from Round Rock right after this.
Hi fans, today's game is brought to you by New York Life. Best of luck to your team.
And I'm Danielle Goslin, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For over 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation of developing the most successful professionals in the industry.
We help to manage the process from day one and guide you on your way to success. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business,
then we would like to show you how we can help.
Back here and at Round Rock, Texas. Sun going down. Shadows are upon us, and a much easier spot to broadcast from. Rudy still has to stand on a stand to run that camera. Try to elevate above. Here's a short kick. It takes a roll, picked up by the Ravens. Across the midfield area, down the right-hand side. Good field position on the kick return. And the Ravens offense back on the field. Again, fans, if you're tuning in on our Facebook, go ahead and like and follow our page. Help us get the numbers up there. But I encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. A lot of fans watch our YouTube on a big screen TV. And I've been able to see some of the games where some of the other crews have been out. It looks really, really neat to be able to see these games in high definition on the big screen. Ravens offense on the field out of the Austin, Texas area. Now bring it up to the line. Wide left is Lainey Lopez. Wide right is Ingrid Cleveland. Winfrey, the quarterback. To our right-hand side is Skylar Turner. Another back in the backfield over on the left side for the Ravens on first down. Good snap. Winfrey looks to throw, delivers the ball down the left-hand side. It's going to be incomplete. Looking in the direction of Lainey Lopez. Good coverage by the Legacy, brings up second down. Winfrey has completed some passes here this evening. She does have a touchdown toss as well. Legacy defense trying to get a stop, trying to get that offense back on the field before the end of the first half. We're in the second quarter. Winfrey on a second down play. Under center this time. Pitch back, Turner running right. Hemmed in, takes it anyway. Down the right-hand side. Stays on her feet, drives into 10, and then just waits till the play gets blown dead. Turner again saying, who really wants to tackle me, gang? Let's watch this. There's a would-be tackler. There's a would-be tackler. Another. And again, they finally just blew that dead. So a first down for the Ravens after the run by Skylar Turner. Under 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter of play. Winfrey takes a snap, drops back to throw, looking left side. That's going to be caught. Short yardage gain there on that one. Good play by the Legacy defense to contain that play. And it brings up a second down play for the Ravens. Winfrey back in the shotgun formation. Drops back to throw. Look, swings a pass out right side. Caught there. Yards after the catch. Look out here. Ball nearly stripped. And it is 6 points. Touchdown. Skylar Turner hung on. Had a defender. Watch this. After she catches this pass, watch how the defender tries to strip the ball out of her hands. This point in time, it's nearly a fumble, but jerks it back into the end zone for the score. Touchdown Ravens. They go up 26-12. Their second time of the night, they're up by 2 scores. Extra point for the Ravens. Just over 2 minutes left here in this first half. Under center, Winfrey takes it, pitches it, left side. Tolbert trying to get in, and will. Conversion is good. Ravens score again, they'll kick off. Legacy gets her hands back on the ball. Can they score before the half comes to an end? We'll find out after this.
At HCISD, we move the needle forward every day. will blaze a trail for future generations.
It's not just about equipping students with skills for the future. We awaken their potential and empower them to make good choices.
No matter where you're from or where you're headed, there's a place for you to flourish at HCISD.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand.
Back here as we have our back to the kickoff. Legacy will get the ball as that one sails out of bounds. And so now the Legacy offense will have it. And here's what you're looking at if you're the Legacy. You got 2 minutes to work with here in this first half of play. And you'll get the ball to start the second half. So if you can score here, you can certainly right the ship right out of the gate in the third quarter. Rudy working on that white balance as the sun goes down, doing a good job on the fly. If we had a second camera, we would balance one while one's on, but in this case, we got a single camera shoot. We made the trip up here after a beeline flight in the Rio Sports Live van from Edinburgh here to Round Rock. Was asked by some individuals before the game, hey, Joe, just what do you do? How far do you go? I said, we've traveled a long way to cover games, and we'll continue to do so. Send me an email, and we'll talk. RioSportsLive@gmail.com. Again, I don't charge entities to broadcast their games. I certainly don't charge fans ever. Right now at the high school level, we have over, if school begins with school sports across the board in the fall, which right now it appears many are. Some have already started. We started broadcasting football scrimmages this week. We'll have live football games this coming Friday. We've got 60 schools right now that we are trying to maintain coverage of. When I say coverage, I mean all the home games, whether the sport is volleyball or football in the fall season. We also continue to have coverage of entities like this, the IWFA, and non-high school sports, which is an important part of the puzzle of what we're building here on Rio Sports Live. First down play for the Legacy. Trying to get back to within one score. A couple minutes to work with. Long pass down the left-hand side is up for grabs and incomplete. Good coverage back there. Tamara Harrell gets back there to make this play. And watch the play she makes in the secondary as a safety to get to this ball. Incomplete pass brings up second down. Now that we're inside 2 minutes of the half, we will go with the traditional clock management. On the incomplete pass, the clock does stop. Second down and 10 for the Legacy. Good snap. Quick pass delivered. Overthrown. That's another incomplete pass. And now it's third down, and two quick plays now changes the perspective of this drive for the Legacy. You started by saying we can score before the half ends and then know we'll have the ball to start the third quarter. Now you got to get a first down. If you don't, you're going to turn it over to the Ravens, already down 2 scores. Big third down play here. They'll look to throw. They'll get rid of it. Deep throw, that's incomplete, overthrown. And so now fourth down for the Legacy. And still a minute 40, call it a minute 46 left in the first half. And the Legacy appears to be bringing the punt team in to give the ball back to the Ravens. Fans, again, if you're just tuning in on our Facebook side, please, first of all, follow and like our page. That does help get our numbers up. Share the link, though, to help get the word out to other fans who may not know this is going on. I know these women work extremely hard to play this sport, and when you get to the championship level of any sport, you want to get as many eyeballs on it as you can. So share the link and help us get that word out. Delay a game against the Legacy, but they had the punt team in anyway. So by moving back a few yards, it may give the punter an advantage. Last punt was a good one, but it just drifted in the end zone. Legacy hoping to pin the Ravens deep. Low snap, they'll get the snap, they'll look to fake it. Running right-hand side, down the sideline and out of bounds. Now a penalty comes into the end of that, and that's going to be an important call. It was going to be short of the first down, but if that's a face mask against the Ravens, then we may have yards tacked onto the run. And we'll take a look at the call by the official. There's a flag thrown on this side of the field, the near side. Another one thrown over there where the player went out of bounds. The officials will talk it over. Again, this may be a case. It's going to be against the defense. And we'll see where they mark the ball down. Personal foul face mask against the Ravens. And they will march off enough for a first down for the Legacy. And that is indeed a big play here. As they'll spot the ball down, move the chains, and the drive will stay alive for the Legacy. A new set of downs to work with. I talked about the complexion of the final minutes playing out here, changing. It just flipped back where momentum could be gained by the Legacy if they can punch this in before the half comes to an end. Legacy will have the ball to start the third quarter. Low snap. Quick run, left-hand side. Looking for some blockers. They'll get it. Inside the 10, inside the 5. Touchdown, Legacy! How about that play, in the words of Jacob Young? It may come back, though. We'll take a look. I'll show you the play first, and then I'll show you what Rudy has on his camera as he's honed in on a flag, and they will bring it back. Points off the board by the Legacy. Meanwhile, they're counting down the clock. So they're staying with a running clock despite the fact that they had blown the play dead to sort out a penalty. Still first down for the Legacy. What a change there. Now the official looks to stop the clock. We'll see if they reset that. If they let a good minute run off the clock. Now they'll talk it over. I can give you a pretty good indication on the replay. It was about a minute 39 left on the clock, so we'll see what the officials put on the clock. Right now there's 35. I think they're saying 50, but if it is, they still lost 40 seconds. They'll put a minute on the clock. 1 minute, first down for the Legacy. Ball right smack at the midfield area here on this football field. Crowd making a lot of noise behind us as the Legacy brought a ton of fans. Trying to encourage their team to get this score before the end of the half. Low snap, blow that play dead. Here come the penalty flags. See what this is. There was a shift by the Legacy. And a low snap. Officials will move it back 5 more yards against the Legacy. So this drive, which looks so impressive with a score, has been plagued by back-to-back penalties, and the Legacy now faced with first and a bunch. Call it 25 yards to go. That's for a first down. Good snap. They'll look to throw. It's going to be incomplete. Looking in the direction of Chris Daniels. Second down and long coming up for the Legacy. Most important piece of the puzzle here for the Legacy is to not give the ball back to the Ravens and go in at worst down 2 scores if you're on the Legacy side. If you're the Ravens side, you got that 2-score lead. You'd like to get the ball back. You could go up 3 scores, and it puts a lot of pressure on that team in red and white. Still time on the clock with 45 left here in the half. Legacy. Good snap. They'll run it right up the middle. Some room in the secondary to the left side. Nice gain and near first down territory. Off and running, Katie Fellmeyer. Third down, call it 9 yards to go. Clock running. Fellmeyer lofts a pass. That's going to be caught down near the 5. That's a first down. They stop the clock, move the football. Legacy with a first and goal. Now they start the clock back up. Fellmeyer takes it, running up the middle, hit hard, and back she goes. Oh, what a hit. Clock stops. Let's take a look at that. Look at the end of this play here. They were setting up, and Fellmeyer thought she was going to take it in, meets a wall, and driven back. Clock stops for the timeout. We'll take a quick break, and the final play of the first half happens right after this.
A campaign of the San Benito Economic Development Corporation invites you to visit and dine at Sweet Deli and More. Delicious plates are prepared daily by business owner Aurora Caballero and includes her delicatessen chicken salad, variety of mixed green salads, and sandwichon. Come try her different salad plate combinations. She also serves a delicious stuffed chicken breast and salmon plates with its delicious sides. Cakes and desserts are also available for all occasions. Visit them at 160 West Expressway 7783 in San Benito, Texas. Call them to place your order at 956-626-2183. Dine-in and curbside pickup is available. Again, we invite you to dine at Sweet Deli and More in San Benito, Texas.
Back here after the timeout, Legacy with the ball. Second and goal. Maybe the last play of the first half. Before the play, the whistle blows again. Timeout is called. This time by the Legacy to talk it over. One more play. That means I get one more chance to let this sponsor get some extra time. This is what they pay the big bucks for, right? We are back here in Round Rock, Texas on a Saturday night. I'm Joe Bowling, Rudy Zamaripa Jr. on the camera. After a second timeout called, now the Legacy offense sets it up. Fellmeyer, the quarterback, on second and goal with 4 seconds remaining in the half. Waits, takes the snap. They'll blow that play dead. Sidelines for the Ravens asking for a penalty. Officials nothing doing on that, and so we're still in a holding pattern before this play develops. Legacy. Now they did run 2 seconds off the clock. This will be the final play of the first half. Foulmeyer for the Legacy. Takes a snap, drives it left-hand side, and she is held out of the end zone to close out the half. Now a penalty comes in. Officials will go to the sideline. Let's take a look at the replay and see how close she came to getting in. Here's the play. And it was close that she got in. Let's look at it one more time. Where did the ball go? The body was kept out of the end zone, but she stretched the ball in right there. Not sure. Officials said no. That's where we stand. One half in the books here at Round Rock. Exciting action here at the IWFA championship game. Looked like the Legacy may have got in on the replay. She was real close, but nothing doing. Welcome to our halftime show. As we take a break, I want to tell you about some additional broadcasts. We'll be back on the air with football tomorrow as players from the Rio Grande Valley engage in a 7-on-7 tournament, the final day of that. We'll begin our coverage on two different fields at 9:30 in the morning. We'll have 9:30, 10, 10:30, 11, and the 11 o'clock game is the championship for that. We put 14 minutes on the clock for the halftime. And I'll take a break. When we come back, again, I'll tell you about additional broadcasts and how you can be a part of Real Sports Live. From Round Rock, we'll be back with more after this.
TVNS specializes in provider services, respite care, and emergency response services. TVNS are pioneers in the home care industry, in service for over 37 years. 11 locations from Brownsville to Corpus Christi, from Harlingen to Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
Than just uploads and downloads. It's about connecting people. VTX1 Companies is here for you, bringing communities closer together. VTX1 has connected customers for almost 70 years. Our internet service spans across South Texas to some of the most remote areas. Faster wireless service is now available in Progreso, Lozano, Rangerville, and Rancho Viejo. Call 1-800-446-2031 or visit vtx1.net to find out more.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Castillo. I invite you to visit San Benito and see for yourself the many things this community has to offer. Our offices of economic development offer a variety of business resources to developers, investors, and business owners from small to large scale. Contact us and let us work together on your next business opportunity.
Back here on Rio Sports Live, we're at halftime in Round Rock, Texas, at the IWFA championship game. Reaches the halfway point, and the Austin Ravens with the lead of 27-12. We had some close call plays in both end zones in that first half. I remind you that you can go back and watch this game. It's entirely on once it's finished We'll also have a highlight reel, and some of the bigger plays will be on that highlight reel. You'll be able to see for yourself just how close some of those plays were, including the final play of the half, in which it was with a narrow margin. Could have been a touchdown, was ruled not a touchdown. And so the Legacy had to head to the sidelines down 2 scores instead of 1 for the halftime break. Fans again with Rio Sports Live. We started about in 2017 in October broadcasting games. Now we're over 22 million viewers later. We've covered several thousand sporting teams and events, not just in the Rio Grande Valley, but outside the valley. We've been here to this facility covering 7-on-7 teams from across the nation, and in this case, IWFA football action. Rio Sports Live right now servicing nearly 60 high schools as fall sports are trying to get back in motion. And with all that growth, yes, the help wanted sign is out. I'm looking for photographers. I'm looking for play-by-play individuals to be a part of what we're doing in broadcasting live sports. We do carry at the high school level not just the football games, and a lot of people are interested in just being a part of that. We do cover volleyball. We do cover boys and girls basketball. We cover soccer. We cover baseball. We cover softball. We cover track and field. And at this point in time, if you're interested, reach out, riosportslive@gmail.com. That's riosportslive@gmail.com. Or send us a message on social media on Facebook and give us some information on how we can reach you and talk about possibly joining our team on Rio Sports Live. I'm not necessarily looking for the most experienced individuals. Entry level will work. We've trained some good ones, and we're willing to train some more. And in this day and age when people are looking for jobs, well, we've got the help wanted sign out right now, and you get to work in sports. We're also looking for sponsors to assist us in what we're doing. This growth is put together by the advertisers that you see on board, and we're looking for more as well. We'll take a break. We're at the halftime break in Round Rock, IWFA championship game. Ravens lead the Legacy. This is Rio Sports Live.
South Padre Island Golf Club. Come for a visit. Stay for a lifetime.
Fans, if you want to look your best at the next game, then let Chewy's Custom Sports go to work for you. From custom designs and graphics to mass production in-house. If it's hats, shirts, buttons, mugs, cups, banners, and more, then Chewy's is there for every team and every sport. A veteran-owned company in touch with the community. It's Chewy's Custom Sports in San Benito. Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito. When in Port Mansfield, be sure to stop in Laguna Madre Baits, the home of Laguna Girl 1 and 2. They ensure that you have the best when it comes to your fishing needs. Locally caught bait, including live shrimp and croaker. Frozen baits, caught locally, frozen shrimp, squid, mullet, and more. Dress the part with full outdoor apparel. Drinks, ice, snacks, groceries, and fishing supplies for any need. Access by road or by boat. Look for the blue building and the blue shrimp boats, Laguna Madre Baits. 828 Westport Drive, Port Mansfield, Texas.
We're back here on Rio Sports Live as we are at the halftime break. The Legacy preparing to get the ball to start the second half. Down 27-12. I want to go back and show you that final play of the first half. Again, this was a goal-to-go situation with less than 5 seconds remaining. And the Legacy were trying to get within one score on this play, and you can see just how close this was. Looks like the ball carrier never got in, but the ball may have got in right there. But it's just not clear. And after that, there was lots of penalty flags that were thrown, and we're going to see some penalty yards assessed to start the second half against the Legacy. But again, they will get the ball to start the second half. Time ticking away. We'll take a break. I want to remind you, we've got high school volleyball coming your way on Tuesday, as we'll have volleyball coverage coming from the Coastal Bend. Take a break. When we come back, I'll tell you about some football action coming your way too. This is Real Sports Live.
Hi fans, today's game is brought to you by New York Life. Best of luck to your team.
And I'm Danielle Goslin, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For over 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation of developing the most successful professionals in the industry.
We help to manage the process from day one and guide you on your way to success. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business,
then we would like to show you how we can help.
At HCISD, we move the needle forward every day.
We'll blaze a trail for future generations.
It's not just about equipping students with skills for the future. We awaken their potential and empower them to make good choices.
No matter where you're from or where you're headed, there's a place for you to flourish at HCISD.
Back here on Real Sports Live as we were at the halftime break at the 4-minute mark coming up. Two teams were given an opportunity to catch a breather and re-strategize to head into this second half of this championship game. Sun's gone down, lights are on. It's just a beautiful evening now here in Round Rock. Rudy and I are taking a look at just how long it's going to take us to get home. We're not staying up here tonight. We're making the flip trip back so we can be in position to assist with the coverage of the 7-on-7 tournament in Edinburgh. Championship game in Edinburgh tomorrow at 11 o'clock. First games will take place at 9:30, 10, and 10:30. Be the quarterfinals, semifinals of that. And then we'll get to the championship game at 11 o'clock. Monday we'll have a break from broadcast. Tuesday we'll have high school volleyball coming your way. Rudy and I, when we were grabbing some lunch, we're going over that. And there is a lot of stuff on the horizon that we are going to be covering for fans here on Real Sports Live. At the 3-minute mark, I'll take a break. When we come back, we'll be ready for the second half. This is Real Sports Live.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Real Sports Live is the Concession Stand.
The Explore San Benito, a campaign of the San Benito Economic Development Corporation, invites you to visit and dine at Sweet Deli and More. Delicious plates are prepared daily by business owner Aurora Caballero and includes her delicatessen chicken salad, variety of mixed green salads, and sandwichon. Come try her different salad plate combinations. She also serves a delicious stuffed chicken breast and salmon plates with the delicious sides. Cakes and desserts are also available for all occasions. Visit them at 160 West Expressway 7783 in San Benito, Texas. Call them to place your order at 956-626-2333 2183. Dine-in and curbside pickup is available. Again, we invite you to dine at Sweet Deli and More in San Benito, Texas.
TVNS specializes in provider services, respite care, and emergency response services. TVNS are pioneers in the home care industry, in service for over 37 years. 11 locations from Brownsville to Corpus Christi, from Harlingen to Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
Back here on Rio Sports Live as the halftime comes to an end. We'll see the two teams make their way back on the field. On the far side, the Ravens have the lead at 27-12. And they'll be looking to edge forward and to put this game away in the third quarter if possible. Legacy will get the ball to start the second half. And the officials are talking it over. There were some penalty flags thrown at the end of the half. And then it appeared as though there was an ejection as well. So that is the pause right now before we head into the second half of play, while they sort out as to whether or not we'll start the second half with or without the head coach of the Legacy. While they do that, we'll take one more break. We'll be right back after this.
And ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
Internet is more than just uploads and downloads. It's about connecting people. VTX1 Companies is here for you, bringing communities closer together. VTX1 has connected customers for almost 70 years. Our internet service spans across South Texas to some of the most remote areas. Faster wireless service is now available in Progreso, Lozano, Rangerville, and Rancho Viejo. Call 1-800-446-2031 or visit vtx1.net to find out more.
We are back here, and I think we're ready to start the second half. Officials have got the football and have brought it out. Meanwhile, the Ravens kick team is on the field. Still waiting for the Legacy to bring the kick return team out onto the field. We're in Round Rock, Texas on a Saturday night. IWFA football action, full contact women's football. Again, all the penalty flags that were thrown after the play concluded to stop the first half. I was fully expecting we'll see that marched off before the kickoff here in this third quarter. So far, it's just been discussions by the officials. Again, the big talk was whether or not they were going to go ahead and eject the head coach of the Legacy or not. And right now it appears as though he'll remain in the game, and it appears as though there will be no penalty yards assessed. So all those flags were just a little exercise to close it out. Again, we go back. I want to show the fans the final replay of the first half, and you can see it for yourself. Where the ball carrier doesn't get in, but the ball does underneath. Right here she comes. Ball in, hit then and driven back out, and it was close. So we start the third quarter of play. And the Legacy will get it. Here's the kickoff, and away we go. Kick drives out of bounds. The Ravens with the lead. But the Legacy will get the ball to start the third quarter. We do appreciate you joining us wherever you may be here on Rio Sports Live. Because the ball went out of bounds, that means the Legacy will have good field position to start the drive, to start this third quarter of play. They'll need a score, a stop, and a score to get back into this one. Legacy in the red uniforms. If you're just joining us, thank you. Share the link on our Facebook side, if you will, if you're watching there. Those of you on the YouTube channel, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Help get the word out to other fans as well. Big play that time. Big hit delivered after the handoff. That one goes to the outside, but nothing there for the Legacy. And a loss on the play. On the first play from scrimmage to start the second half, a loss of 11 for the Legacy. Legacy has shown the ability to move the ball against the Ravens, but for the most part, it was the Ravens defense holding their own and the Ravens offense behind the big running of Skylar Turner and the passing of Shea Winfrey that extended them into the current 15-point lead. Legacy getting a play from the sidelines. It's a running clock in the third quarter. We'll have the same thing in the fourth till we get down to the 2-minute mark, and then we'll have the traditional clock management. It did come into play to close out the first half. If it's close enough, it will come into play again. Crowd making a little more noise now. Legacy looking to run. Nothing doing as the Ravens shut it down. Back-to-back plays to start this third quarter, in which the Ravens defense has stifled this Legacy offense. Third down, now 19 yards to go for the Legacy. They have converted a couple of times on third and long. For the most part, when faced with this situation, they've been unsuccessful against the Ravens. They'll shift receivers to the right side. Two out to the left. Spreading the field on this third down play. Snap back. Quarterback going to keep it. Runs right-hand side. Got a block. Takes it downfield. Gains a good 11 yards. Short of first down yardage on a carry by Katie Failmeyer. And now it's fourth down. After they mark it down, it's fourth and about 7 for the Legacy. They're in Raven territory. This is a 4-down situation, down the 2 scores. They'll need to gain 9, make it 8 to get a clear first down. Running left-hand side to the sideline, cutting it upfield, and short of first down yardage, and the Ravens get a stop. Now there's whistles at the end of the play. I don't see any penalty flags just yet, but they do stop the clock to sort this out. Players were just tangled up, and they were just making sure everybody was okay on the bottom of that pile. It will go as a stop for the Ravens, and so a turnover on downs will give it to the Ravens. And they'll bring the offense on the field up 15 points. They can score on this first drive now. It would put the Legacy into a position of having to gamble often, and that's just to try to get back in the ball game. First down play. Winfrey at quarterback. To our right side is Turner. Winfrey wants to throw. Looking, fires it. It's going to be caught. Yards after the catch on the left side for a first down for the Ravens. Another catch for Leilani Lopez for the Ravens. Ravens are out of Austin, Texas, if you're just joining us. The Legacy out of the San Antonio area. Ravens awarded a first down. Ball just into the Legacy side of the field, across the midfield area. On first down, Winfrey drops back again. A quick pass tip, and it's caught. What a catch by the Ravens. And a first down. On the tip drill, it's Lopez. Take a look at this. That's deflected. Lopez makes the adjustment and makes the catch. So another first down for the Ravens. May not be how you draw it up, but it's results taken by the Ravens. And a new set of downs for Winfrey and company. Winfrey waits, drops back again, lost it over the middle. That one's caught right down the middle. Touchdown, Ravens. Making the catch is Kyle Jamerson. Kylie Jamerson, and watch how wide open she is right down central. Makes it a 33-12 game, and that didn't take long. On the extra point, it's Turner, and she's in. Turner for the extra point. Ravens up 22. Legacy gets the ball after this.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Castillo. I invite you to visit San Benito and see for yourself the many things this community has to offer. Our offices of economic development offer a variety of business resources to developers, investors, and business owners from small to large scale. Contact us and let us work together on your next business opportunity.
Back here on Rio Sports Live, Rudy Zamaripa Jr. doing some great work on the camera work here. Despite being saddled with a little challenge on how he was going to get this game captured from behind one of the benches, which was put in front of us minutes before we started the broadcast. We'd already established where we were going to be, and they brought a bench over on this side of the field saying they wanted to keep the two teams separated just because of the bad blood between them in this rivalry. Kickoff is underway by the Ravens. Legacy on the return will field it, looking to set up those blockers, and now they'll drive it forward and get a good return. But now the Legacy is going to have to go to work. They'll need to capitalize in a hurry and create some breaks on the defensive side. But first, the offense has to get the job done against what has been a stingy Ravens defense. Because of the return of the kick, the ball will be spotted outside of the 15-yard line. So good field position for the Legacy. But can they get the quick score here in the third quarter? That is now needed in a big way. They'll try a running play, right side. Ravens all over it, nothing doing. Second down coming up. Players shaken up on the field as that Ravens defense was right there. Kylie Jamerson, who just caught that touchdown pass, was one of the defenders back there making the defensive play. Players shaken up. We'll take a break. IWFA Championship continues from Round Rock, Texas. This is the Legacy and the Ravens on Real Sports Live.
South Padre Island Golf Club. Come for a visit. Stay for a lifetime.
Fans, if you want to look your best at the next game, then let Chewy's Custom Sports go to work for you. From custom designs and graphics to mass production in-house. If it's hats, shirts, buttons, mugs, cups, banners, and more, then Chewy's is there for every team and every sport. A veteran-owned company in touch with the community. It's Chewy's Custom Sports in San Benito.
Back here on Real Sports Live as the play is paused for one of the players shaken up on the Legacy side. I want to remind you our games will be archived, so you'll be able to watch them in their entirety. Good hand from the crowd as the player walks off under her own power. That's Tiff Rodriguez who makes her way off to the sidelines. Hopefully she'll be able to return for the Legacy. She's off under her own power. Again, the archives will be available for you to watch. We'll also have a highlight reel of this game. I want to remind you to go to our website, realsportslive.com, and click on the latest editions of Real Sports Live in print, our Real Sports magazine featuring athletes from around the area. Always looking for stories on that. If you have a story of an athlete or you want us to cover someone for our next edition, our magazines go out in print. We've printed as many as 100,000 at times distribution in the region. And then we put a copy online for fans to be able to go back. And right now we've got our last 3 editions as we maintain sports coverage throughout the summer. Challenging time to say the least when live sports were pretty much shut down here in 2020. But still we managed to keep live shows going on featuring athletes. And we also were able to produce the Real Sports Live magazine. We resume play here before the snap. The whistle blows. And that appears to be against the Legacy. And so they'll march him back a few more yards here. Third quarter ready to begin. Check that to resume after the injury. Looking to throw. Time this time. Long pass, left-hand side in traffic. Tipped away, incomplete. Nice defensive play by the Ravens. Take a look in the secondary here on this one. This is what you want to teach. Use that offhand to get the ball away from the receiver. Knocking it out of bounds. Nobody going to get it on a tip when tipping it in that direction. Third down now for the Legacy. Ravens took a lead 6-0. Legacy tied it. Ravens took the lead at 14-6, have never looked back. Now directing traffic. Now a pass over the middle is overthrown, incomplete on third down. Fans, where you're watching from, give me a shout out on our Facebook if you will. Always fun to see the reach and how far people are watching these games from. Share the link, if you will, so other fans will know these games are going on. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel if you'll get a chance. Fourth down play coming up for the Legacy. Women's football. Hey, give a shout out to Fernando Coronado watching in Donna, Texas. Thanks for joining in. We were in Edinburgh this morning. We'll be back there tomorrow. Pass play, fourth down. Receiver open, caught inside the 20. Needs some yards after the catch, won't get it. As the Ravens shut it down, tackle made by Tamara Nussel. Give a shout out to Rockport, Texas. Thanks for tuning in. To San Benito, Texas, also tuning in tonight here on Rio Sports Live. We're in Round Rock, IWFA full contact women's football. There are some women's football leagues going to resume play in the Rio Grande Valley once things open up a bit more. We were told of several teams and several leagues that are starting up. So we'll expand our coverage on there. Ravens offense back on the field. Now the Ravens in total control of this ball game here in the third quarter. First down play, here's a pitch back. They'll run it left-hand side. New ball carrier down the left side, takes on some tacklers. First down on a run by Valerie Tyler. Tyler coming right at you. Into your screen. Look at the blocking out in front of her, too. Sinton, Texas, give a shout out in that direction. Corpus Christi watching. We say hello. From Round Rock, women's football action continues. Another pitch back, another running play, left-hand side, and more room in the secondary. This time, and this is Turner. Turner on her feet, rumbles forward, touchdown. Turner again, and just watch this. We've seen it before tonight. And you look at it again. High stepping her way through. Stalled but not stopped. And then 6. Ravens on the board again. Extra point coming up. They'll pitch it back. Extra point is good. Valerie Tyler in the end zone for the extra point. Kickoff coming up. Legacy get the ball after this.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past? First pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
Back here on Rio Sports Live, the extra point was good, and the Ravens on top 41-12. Will be kicking off the ball. Again here to the Legacy as the Ravens have opened it up here in the third quarter. Expanding into a big lead in this IWFA championship game. That kickoff will sail out of bounds. We've seen that often. Give a shout out to Crystal City, Texas. Vanessa Ibarra watching the game. Thanks for tuning in. Sinton, Texas, also tuning in Corpus Christi. It's always neat to see just how how far we reach on the games and the different sports that we cover. I do appreciate all the fans that are tuning in here tonight for this women's football context. Refugio, Texas. Shaky Brown, give a shout out in that direction. We covered Refugio in a scrimmage this week, and we talked to a crew, and we are prepared, and I think we got them on board. We'll have Refugio football on Rio Sports throughout the year. So tune in for details on that as I make a trip up on Wednesday, which should secure that for the rest of the season for Refugio fans. Pause before the Legacy start the drive, and now they'll look to throw. Ton of time. Pass delivered. That's going to be caught. First down for the Legacy, not giving up yet. Or the Legacy. Watch this pass completion. Again, the Legacy have got some playmakers. And it hasn't been an outright shutdown by this Ravens team. Good snap back. It's a deep snap, looking to throw in the end zone. That's going to be caught just outside the end zone, but a great catch, and first and goal coming up for the Legacy. We'll show you the replay. Rudy had lost the quarterback for a moment, but we'll get to her. Good pass, and there's your completion. Back-to-back completions now for the Legacy. We're now set up first and goal against the Ravens. Wanting the snap. They'll take a low snap. Here's a pass delivered. That's going to be caught, and touchdown Legacy. 3-play drive and into the end zone for 6 points on a catch made by Tiff Rodriguez. Show you that play. Rodriguez was in the end zone. (41-18) score. Extra point attempt. They'll go for 2. Pass play, but that's shut down by the Ravens. Extra point is no good. Kickoff coming up. Ravens lead the Legacy in the championship game. Third quarter remains after this.
Field. Be sure to stop in Laguna Madre Baits, the home of Laguna Girl 1 and 2. They ensure that you have the best when it comes to your fishing needs. Locally caught bait, including live shrimp and croaker. Frozen baits caught locally, frozen shrimp, squid, mullet, and more. Dress the part with full outdoor apparel. Drinks, ice, snacks, groceries, and fishing supplies for any need. Access by road or by boat. Look for the blue building and the blue shrimp boats, Laguna Madre Baits. 828 Westport Drive, Fort Mansfield, Texas.
Back here on Rio Sports Live, our thanks again to all the sponsors that are assisting us in what we do. We are looking for sponsors in a frantic way. Right now, I do say sponsors. I would say advertisers. I know we've got the numbers to prove that advertising works on Rio Sports Live. But at this point in time, with the number of schools, the number of teams we're trying to cover, and the number of people I'm trying to employ, it's all hands on deck. We need some assistance there. I don't charge fans. I don't charge entities to broadcast or certainly to watch these games. I never will. And so it's all sponsorship or advertising. The onside kick is fielded by the Ravens. They'll blow the play dead out across the 12-yard line. And so the Ravens will have the ball with a 41-18 lead. And a short field to work with here in this third quarter. 3 minutes and some change remaining. Ravens last time out employed Valerie Tyler back there in the backfield with Skylar Turner. And just some power running resulted in an end zone and 6 points on the board. Winfrey back there at quarterback. Tyler back there with her to her right side. On first down, on motion. They'll hand it off to the receiver in motion, hit by the Legacy. Now turns it upfield, cuts it back upfield, hit, and down she goes. Good pursuit that time by the Legacy. Let's take a look at that. It's an inside handoff. Like she may gain some ground there, but then good containment, and then the wrap up for the tackle by the Legacy. Second down, Legacy trying to get some quick stops in this ball game and see if they can come up with some fourth quarter magic. Second down and long for the Ravens. Winfrey directing the show. Drops back to throw. Looking, delivers it. Downfield. Open, caught, touchdown Ravens. Take a look at the play as the Ravens attack through the air. Six more on the board. Extra point coming up for the Ravens. A lot of big plays here in this game. We'll have a highlight reel. I'll try to run that while we're getting our equipment packed up. I think I can do it because we've got one trip to get most of the equipment out of here. Second trip, we can get the cords out of here. Penalty before the extra point. So the Ravens have really extended this lead here in this third quarter in what was a close game in the first half. The extra point attempt through the air. They'll blow it dead. It would have been a complete pass, but they whistles blow before the pass. So we'll sort this out. We're suddenly plagued with a lot of whistles here in this third quarter. And what should have been a running clock and in and out of here at about 15 and a half minutes. They do stop the clock for scores. In this case, the score has occurred, so it's been stopped, and all of these extra point attempts and penalties, which now have the ball back outside the 12-yard line for the Ravens. And now they'll go for the extra point again here. High snap, Winfrey delivers in traffic. That's going to be incomplete. And the extra point is no good. Kickoff coming up. Ravens lead big. This is Real Sports Live.
Hi fans, today's game is brought to you by New York Life. Best of luck to your team.
And I'm Danielle Goslin, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For over 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation of developing the most successful professionals in the industry.
We help to manage the process from day one and guide you on your way to success. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business,
then we would like to show you how we can help.
At HCISD, we move the needle forward every day.
We'll blaze a trail for future generations.
It's not just about equipping students with skills for the future. We awaken their potential and empower them to make good choices.
No matter where you're from or where you're...
Back here on Real Sports Live and ready for the kickoff by the Ravens, leading the Legacy. Kick rolls back further, now across the midfield stripe in a hurry to the left-hand sideline. That's where the Legacy will be brought down, and that's where the offense will resume play here in this third quarter. Legacy have scored once here in this third, but 20 points on the board scored by the Ravens in the third quarter alone, after they scored 27 in the first half. They opened it up with 3 scores and are now in complete control of this game, up 29 points. Legacy scored quickly on their last drive, and the offense on the field with a short field to work with, and the officials blow the whistles before the snap. Just to get on the same page. They do keep the clock running there because it wasn't, well, they do stop the clock. But they stop it down inside a minute, so we'll let ours run. We'll be on sync when they take the snap. Running play for the Legacy. That gets a few yards. Running plays haven't been the bread and butter tonight for the Legacy, as the Ravens have made them attack through the air. Gain, though, of 6 on the play brings up 2nd and 4 for the Legacy. Ball just outside of that 10-yard line. That's where the yard marker is for the first down. So on 2nd down, Legacy offense on the field. They'll run it again, right-hand side. Looking for some blocking. Big hit delivered, and down goes the runner. And another hit delivered by Kylie Jamerson. Now they throw a penalty flag right before the third quarter comes to an end. Stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. This is the longest running 15-minute clock I've been around in a while. Still discussing the penalty are the officials. No indication as of yet as which way they're going to march this off. Now it's a hold against the Legacy. So it'll remain second down, but now it'll be second and 12. And they'll get one more play to close out this third quarter. Now they tack on additional yards due to a personal foul. So it went from second and 12 to second and forever for the Legacy. A lot of times in these type of games, you'll see the officials end up trying to take control of a game after the score gets out of hand, just to try to make sure they have a clean finish. They won't get the snap away. They started the clock running, and the third quarter comes to an end. The third quarter totally controlled by the Ravens from Austin. They're 1 quarter away from capturing a championship here in the IWFA in 2020. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, the Ravens will be on defense. The Legacy will face a second and long. This is Real Sports Live.
A place for you to flourish at HCISD.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand.
The Explore San Benito, a campaign of the San Benito Economic Development Corporation, invites you to visit and dine at Sweet Deli and More. Delicious plates are prepared daily by business owner Aurora Caballero and includes her delicatessen chicken salad, variety.
Back here on Real Sports Live, and there you see the Ravens out of Austin, Texas, as they had their way in the third quarter against the Legacy and lead by a bunch as we start the final 15 minutes on the clock. Legacy offense facing second down, right at 27 yards to go. Looking to throw. That's a deep ball downfield, and it's going to be tipped and incomplete. Good arm display, though, by the Legacy quarterback. Take a look at the distance on this one. On this pass. That was right on the money to the receiver. In traffic. Third down and long now for the Legacy. Low snap this time. Time to throw again. This time to the right side. And in traffic, that's underthrown incomplete. Legacy looking for a penalty flag. They will not get that. And third down coming up. We're under 14 to go in the game. And with fourth down, deep in their own territory, Legacy talking things over as to whether they'll bring the punting team in or not. Right now they're in jeopardy of having to delay a game. High snap, they'll get the kick away, a nice punt. Takes a bounce for the Legacy and rolls dead at about the 14-yard line for the Ravens. Now bring the offense on the field. Our coverage here tonight coming to you from Round Rock, Texas. Tomorrow, reminding you again at 9:30 in the morning, we'll have some 7-on-7 coverage for you from Edinburgh, Texas. Football teams not officially underway in the Rio Grande Valley, and some of the players are just trying to get some reps in. It's a no-fan situation, and they're limiting when the teams even come on the field to participate in that 7-on-7, trying to use social distancing, but still giving kids a chance to at least have a competitive edge as far as some competition against some other players. So again, we're trying to showcase those athletes as best we can. Ravens run the ball, bounce it outside, big hit delivered. The ball carrier that time in the game. For the Ravens. It was a heavy dose of Skylar Turner tonight. Legacy really had no answer for her, and nor have many teams this year against this Ravens team. Determined ball carrier, to say the least, with a ton of talent. Second down play. Ravens running again, this time to the left side, and that gains a few yards. That's Tiffany Swift, the ball carrier. And third down coming up. Call it 4 yards to go for the Ravens. Quarterback Touche Winfrey has been in throughout the game. She stays in here in the fourth quarter, playing out this championship game. They've got the championship trophy somewhere. They were going to put it over on our table, but our table was big enough to put our camera on to help Rudy get it elevated. Otherwise, we'd have the trophy sitting right next to us. Third down play for the Ravens. Two backs in the backfield. Winfrey takes a snap, hands it off. This is going to be Swift again. Got a first down and more down the left sideline. Swift near the goal line, brought down. Her best carry of the night. And watch this play. Waiting for the blocks to develop. And Swift taking it down the sideline. Play may or may not stand, as it looks like they are going to assess a penalty on that and bring it back. And it will be taken away, so they'll move the ball back to about the 14-yard line of the Ravens. Making it 3rd and 11 on the play. Ravens offense shown the ability to draw up the pass play or use the run successfully throughout the night. Winfrey sets him down, ready to go. Waits for the snap, takes it, drops back to throw, waits, delivers, left side, underthrown, incomplete. Speed of the intended receiver over there kind of took Winfrey by surprise on that outright route down the sideline. You lead that receiver with that pass. That's 6. Fourth down coming up for the Ravens. And so the Legacy defense will pin their ears back here, trying to make a play. Nearing the 9-minute mark here in this ball game. Back in punt formation of the Ravens. Good snap, and the kick is away. Takes a bounce for the Ravens. Fielded there outside the 20-yard line, and the Legacy will take over right there. Fourth quarter continues here in Round Rock, Texas. I'm Joe Bowling, Rudy Zamaripa Jr. on the camera. Made a long trip out here to Round Rock. First down play here. Before that, they get a play from the sidelines for the Legacy offense. Let's see if they can produce some magic here. They've had their share of highlights. Reminding you, we'll have a highlight reel of this game up a little bit later on. You can also watch the replay. First down play for the Legacy. Quick snap, quick run right side. They'll give up some ground. Now they'll try to reverse it, looking for a block. There was a penalty on the behind net. And they'll blow the play down. Amanda Alvarado as the ball carrier. They again had the whistles blowing and penalties raining behind it. I'm not sure there's an official that could throw a flag if he wanted to right now. They're all over the place. Nice mixture of yellow and green. There's a block in the back against the Legacy. And there was a penalty against the Ravens as well, so they'll offset. So in essence, we'll replay the first down for the Legacy. Go back, it was a 27-12 game nearing the end of the first half when the Legacy had a goal-to-goal situation on the final play of the half. It was a bang-bang play. Defense made a hit. Both teams lobbying that it was in or out of the end zone. It was ruled not a touchdown, and that presented the Ravens with the 2-score lead to start the second half. In this third quarter, the Ravens took advantage of that lead and increased to where it is now, a comfortable margin. Nice yards after the catch that time for the Legacy on that right-hand side on a first down pass completion. Now more whistles blow. As over on the sideline, they want to talk things over. And they'll send the teams, at least the Legacy taking advantage of this, to gather and talk. They marked it down, second down and 5. And a penalty will be called against the Legacy to move it back to second and 10. Legacy offense ready to go. Out of a shotgun formation. Empty backfield, a quick run, quarterback keeper. Up the middle, another big hit delivered by the Ravens. Ball came out, they'll blow it dead. We'll see if we captured that. A hit at the end of this by the Ravens defense. At the end right now. Good job of hanging on to the ball long enough for the play to be blown dead. Third down for the Legacy. And 3 yards to go. Ball just shy of the 20-yard line of the Ravens. Here on a Saturday night in Round Rock, Texas. Legacy set him down. Low snap, rolls back to the quarterback. Has some time, delivers a pass. Here come the penalty flags, and that's pass interference. It'll set up a 1st and goal for the Legacy. As that flag was thrown inside the 5-yard line. They haven't moved the chains just yet. Officials have been taking their time after the penalties to get on the same page to make sure they make the call. In this case, it was all eyes on the receiver, and all the flags came surrounding the spot where the contact occurred between the defender and receiver. 1st and goal coming up for the Legacy. Chance for them to get on the board here. They've been held to just 1 score in this second half. Now before the snap, more penalty flags. They'll call that against the Legacy. As they were coming up to the line of scrimmage, a substitution occurred. So they'll march him back 5 yards. It's still 1st and goal, but right about the 10-yard line of the Ravens. Big play there, and down goes the ball carrier. That's what the Ravens defense has done more so than not here tonight against this Texas Legacy team. Legacy still in a goal-to-go situation, but that lost 11 yards, so it's 2nd to goal from the 21 for the Legacy. They'll send a receiver out right side. Sierra Hernandez camps out there. Back in the backfield for protection on this 2nd down play. A high snap. Quarterback gets to it. Here comes pressure. Shovel pass up the middle. That's shut down. With 3 minutes to go, they tried to get that in the hands of Tiff Rodriguez. But defensively, the Ravens were right there to hold up that show. 3rd down coming up for the Legacy. At the end of this game, we'll run a highlight reel. We'll also try to grab an interview for you fans. There will be a trophy presentation. We'll try to capture that before we sign off. And we thank you for joining in for our broadcast. And keep track of where we're going. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. There's a deep pass, but that's going to be picked off by the Ravens. What a play defensively. Ravens with the intercepted pass. Coming up with a football for the Ravens. Now the officials I think they're going to blow that incomplete, but watch this. That ball never hit the ground, my friends. Let's watch that again. I don't think this ever hits the ground. There's no way. 2 defenders in the same spot hit each other. But that ball stays in the arms of the defender all the way. They'll blow it out and say it was not an interception. And now they will rule it an interception and give the ball to the Ravens. First down with 2 minutes remaining in this game for the Ravens. And they're 2 minutes away from celebrating the IWFA championship here in 2020 in Round Rock, Texas. We'll have a traditional clock management now as they line the clock up on the snap. Ravens out of their own end zone will take the snap. And they'll run it. Left-hand side is Turner. Tries to stay in bounds. Does so, and they'll keep the clock running. Turner's had a monster night tonight. Skylar Turner scored at least 3 touchdowns in this ball game. And anytime the Legacy appeared to be in position to challenge this ball game, it was Turner shutting any hopes down. And she'll be our player of the game. And we'll try to get an interview with her at the conclusion and get her thoughts on this championship season for the Ravens. Reverse, looking for a pass, looking to get rid of the ball. It's incomplete. Here come the penalty flags. A little trickery there by the Ravens. And they did get the flag against the Legacy, and that'll move the ball downfield. It's been a season of challenge for these teams. It's been an outright year of challenge for everyone involved. Once everything went haywire in March, sports started getting shut down. Teams that traditionally had a chance to play together, get chemistry together, develop depth, was all taken away. And yet they still wanted to compete, and they managed to piece it together and still get a championship game out of this IWFA season. So kudos to all involved in being able to put this all in motion. Ravens now on first down. Final minute begins here this game. They'll look to throw. Deep pass is incomplete. Ravens trying to air it out. That time Winfrey took a big hit as she was releasing that pass. Chris Daniels able to deliver the hit for the Legacy. Again, we'll try to keep our camera rolling long enough for the trophy presentation. But on the other hand, we've got a long drive back. Right now our estimated time of arrival is 3 a.m. Remind you, I have a crew setting up at 9:30 in the morning from Edinburgh. That's if all goes well. And we pray all goes well. Player was shaken up a bit on that play, and the Ravens are trying to celebrate here. They'll start running the clock. Ravens may have to take one more snap in this, or they may not take another snap at all. They are going to let this clock run. And so the Austin Ravens will watch as time ticks off the clock here. And they'll be the 2020 champions of the IWFA. One more snap, and this one will be history. Ravens celebrate a championship in Round Rock. Final score 47-18. Ravens are the IWFA champions of 2020. Takes us to our post-game show here from Round Rock. It was a 27-12 game at the halftime break. And a huge third quarter for the Ravens. spells the difference in this one. Teams meet out at the field. And again, in a challenging season to say the least, they're able to crown a champion for the IWFA. We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back with a trophy presentation after this.
And sandwich on. Come try her different salad plate combinations. She also serves a delicious stuffed chicken breast and salmon plates with its delicious sides. Cakes and desserts are also available for all occasions. Visit them at 160 West Expressway 7783 in San Benito, Texas. Call them to place your order at 956-626-2183. Dine-in and curbside pickup is available. Again, we invite you to dine at Sweet Deli and More in San Benito, Texas.
We'll bring our camera back, and again, it's going to be celebration time for the Ravens. The Austin Ravens are crowned champions of the IWFA 2020. They'll gather the team out, and I think they're going to give a trophy presentation. We were told there was going to be a trophy on hand. And so the team will meet over and be awarded the trophy. Meanwhile, they're going to go over and be congratulated by their fans. And so we'll wrap up our broadcast. We'll post some photos with the team and the trophy, and we'll have some highlights, and we'll also run some interviews. Hope you enjoyed our broadcast. The Ravens are the champions. Till next time from Round Rock, I'm Joe Bowling. For Rudy Zamaripa Jr. on the camera, good night.